Today we're going to talk about how to calculate percent of change. And basically that just means if something's on sale, by how much percent did it decrease, or if it's marked up, how much did it increase. So it's really easy to do. You just take the amount of change in price, so whatever the old price was minus the new, and then you divide by the original, right? So we're just going to jump into some examples to show you how this works. So if you're out shopping, so it says the original cost of the shirt is 32. So I just like to write O for original equals 32. And then it says it's now on sale for 24. So that would be the new price. So I'm going to write N for new, and that equals 24. Find the percent of change. So if you want to find how much these change, you just subtract them. So change equals 32 minus 24, which is 8. And now you can use your formula. So we're going to do the change divided by the original price, which is 32. So if we do 8 divided by 32, we're going to get 0.25. So what we're going to do is we're going to say it was a 25%, and it went down in price, so we want to say decrease. So there was a 25% decrease in the price of the shirt. So the next scenario says, we're talking about houses. It says the house originally was 120,000 10 years ago. So that's our original. Oops. So we'll write O equals 120,000. And the new price of the house is 150,000. So it's important to realize the house went up in price. Okay, so if you want the change, you just subtract, and 150 minus 120 gets you 30,000. So you always subtract so that you get a positive answer. So it looks like we're going to do 30,000 as our change divided by the original, which is 120,000. So I don't need to pick up a calculator for this. I can cross out 4 zeros up here and 4 zeros down here. And I get 3 over 12. That is 1/4, which is the famous 0.25. So this also experienced a 25% change, but this time it went from low to higher. So this time it's an increase. All right, number 3, a Kindle used to cost around $320, so there's your old price. Now you can buy it on Amazon for about $50, so your new price is $49.99. So if we want to get the change in price, we just do a little bit of subtraction. So $49.99 from $320. Check that here. Gets us $270.01. So there's your change. Now we do $270.01 divided by original. Going to use a calculator for that. Right, so you get kind of this long decimal, and you always want to round it to the nearest hundredth place. So it's 2 places in. 3 is not bigger than 5, so it stays as 84. So it's about 84%. And it looks like the price went down, so it's a decrease. So finding percentage change is a pretty easy thing. Now we're going to talk about how to apply discounts and figure out the new bill, how to do if there's a markup or an increase in something, how to figure what that new amount will be based on a percentage. So it always kind of starts out the same thing. If you are paying sales tax or whatever, you're going to do old price. So right now this ticket costs $45. So that's the starting or the old price. And then you're going to add the old price times the percentage. So it looks like the sales tax is 6%. And then you just do the math. So we'll go back and we'll do the math to that since that's not really that hard. Number 5 says you're out shopping and an iPhone originally cost $240. So we have $240 as the starting. Now the formula says if you're doing discounts, obviously the price will go down, so you want to subtract. But you still do $240 This time we're going to multiply by 30% or 0.3. And then whatever you get, that's the new cost of the phone. So it's a really quick way to do it. And then number 6, we'll just set that up together again. Jamie's buying some new clothes. She has a coupon for 25% off. And if you don't know this, clothing is tax-free in Pennsylvania, so you don't get charged sales tax. It says she purchases $230 worth of clothes, and the cashier says her total is $162. And we want to check to see the math is right there. So if we do this math really quick, the starting price of her clothes was $230. And since she's getting a discount, we're going to subtract 230 times the percentage off. And then we'll see if we actually get 162. So you can go ahead, pause the video, and go ahead and just simplify 4 through 6, and then we can check answers. All right, so hopefully we ended up getting $47.70, $168, and $172.50 as our answer. The last example deals with a little bit of both. So we have a discount. Actually, this should not be $15. This should be 15%. Right, we're learning percents. We should be working with them. So you're going to have these totals down here, right? This is before anything's applied. So we're going to have a 15% discount and 6% sales tax. So this could be shopping at any store and you're not buying food or clothing. So the way you calculate your bill is you apply the discount first, and then whatever that amount is, you do 6% of that. So we're going to first do the 15% off. So $42.99 minus $42.99 times our 15%. Okay. And then we'll work that out. So $42.99 times 0.15 makes about $6.45. So we're going to take $6.45 and we'll just take that from $42.99 and we get $36.54. So what they're going to tax us on is $36.54. So now we switch the formulas and we're going to use the addition formula since taxes makes your bill go up. So they're going to take your price plus your price times your percentage of tax. And then we just work that out. So multiply by 0.06. Oops. And we get about 219. So we end up doing 36.54, and our tax is $2.19. So now we can just add those together. 36.54 plus $2.19, $38.73. So your receipt should say $38.73 on it. So what I want you guys to do is just pause the video again, and I want you to go through B and C and see if you can work out what the actual prices will be. So hopefully you end up getting, as your final answer, $11.56 and then $198.38. And if you're off by a penny, it's not really that big of a deal. Sometimes rounding issues take place. The biggest lesson that you guys need to take from this is anytime you use percentage, you need to be multiplying it by something. Right? You can't just go off and take away 0.15. It has to be 0.15 times something, and you always want to use the original amount. So just be really careful about that. Always multiply percentages to something else.